Hey guys, hope everyone is well. Greetings from Glassweld HQ. This is Shiloh with Glassweld. I hope you guys are doing great. Hope your week's going good and you enjoyed a nice summer weekend. We had a beautiful weekend up here, getting some nice warm summer weather, getting out in the lakes and the trails. So hope you guys are enjoying the summer too. That your families are staying safe and that you're doing well. So today we're going to talk about something we haven't touched on our channel, on our Facebook Live or YouTube channel in some time. And it's specific to the windshield repair industry. So we're going to talk about what's called ROLAGS. Now, ROLAGS is an acronym, and it stands for Repair of Laminated Auto Glass Standard. So let's talk about what that is and why you should know about it. And then at the end of the video, also too, I'm going to loop you in on some other things that we're doing for a limited period of time. So the Rolex Standard was developed, I think 15 or 20 years ago in the first iteration. Glassweld was intimately involved in that. And the purpose of Rolex was to create a best practices for windshield repair. Now, when we say best practices, this doesn't necessarily mean that this is the way that everyone is required to do everything, but it is a recommendation, a collective consensus of recommendation from industry leaders, manufacturers like Glassweld and others on things that should and shouldn't be done when repairing windshield. Now, because it is, a collective, there's obviously different viewpoints that go into it, but there is really some solid information here, and there's some reasons why if you're a windshield repair technician or a windshield repair business owner, should be aware of the Rolex Standard and be familiar at it at a minimum. So we want to take today to sort of orientate you on that. If you have any questions on this, feel free to drop them into the feed. I'll do my best to discuss those. So one of the reasons why, first off, let me tell you who is behind ROLAGS, what it's connected to. So I think it's important to understand the scope of that. I'll try to make this as simple as I can. So there is a group called the Auto Glass Safety Council of industry leaders and professionals that work on standards for the auto glass industry as a whole. And as of, I think, last year, there's another group that was specific to windshield repair called the NWRD. And that group has now come under the umbrella of the Auto Glass Safety Council. So now it's changed to the NWRD, which stands for National Windshield Repair Division. So it's a division now of the Auto Glass Safety Council. So you got Auto Glass Safety Council up here, NWRD down here, and then below NWRD is this standard called ROLAGS, right? So that's sort of the hierarchy of how that all works, so you can be aware of that. The reason you want to learn about ROLAGS, especially in the modern era, there's other reasons why it came into existence in the past, but I won't touch on that today because I think that's sort of irrelevant to the current situation. ROLAGS in the modern era, we live in an era of ADAS calibration. I'm throwing a lot of acronyms at you today. ADAS calibration, which just refers to, or ADAS systems, to the driving assist systems in your vehicle. So when you're driving, when it helps you stay on the lane, those are driver's assist systems that are impacted by the windshield. And so in that era where replacing your windshield can impact those systems, having a standard in place where, is really, really important, because if a windshield is replaced incorrectly, or the windshield is not calibrated, or even if it was repaired, like in the view of the camera, there's a huge liability that could come along with that, and it could impact the safety of the occupants of the vehicle. So the great thing is, obviously, for repair, we don't really affect the ADAS systems unless you're doing a repair right in the view of the camera of those systems. But the reasons why ROLAG matters today is that it is a standard that helps provide best practices for the industry as a whole, so that there is some level that has to be maintained, or that is encouraged to be maintained on a national level. And really, the ROLAG standard is also followed in a lot of parts of different parts of the world as well. So that's what it's all about. That's why we have it. We obviously, the end goal is the safety of people and the best practices, learning the right way to do things within the industry. Now, I think it's important to understand, I would describe the the Rolex standard as sort of like a minimum standard. In my personal opinion, there's another level to which things can be done, even at a higher level, because the Rolex standard is a collective of different ideas from people with different perspectives. And so as it's important to understand that. But what I would encourage anyone to do is to familiarize themselves with Rolex, with the Rolex standard. You can also familiarize yourself with what's called the NWRD, the National Windshield Repair Division. Now, the National Windshield Repair Division can also put you through a certification test that is based on Rolex. I believe it's about 60 questions. It doesn't take very long to do. It's reasonably inexpensive. And that will help familiarize yourself with that standard. You can read the standard and then you can take the test. Now, so, if you want to learn more about that, go to the NWRD website, and that'll help kind of connect you up with some of the industry standards that exist. I think from our perspective here at Glassworld, we always say this, we say knowledge is power, right? So getting certified, understanding the industry standards, the more information you can gather, the more things you have to talk about to your customer, the more you can speak intelligent to your customer to help build your value, the more you can come across as a true professional, whether it's just patches on your shirt that say, you're NWRD certified or Glassworld certified. Now, the latest news on Rolex is that there is a new version that is being worked on due to all of the ADAS systems, the driver's assist systems, and that is hoped to be presented to the public in the near future. So if you have thoughts or comments on that, this is also a great time to connect up to the NWRD and the Rolex committee and share those thoughts, because obviously, again, this is a collective program that takes the thoughts and ideas of everyone in the industry, and in particular, those that are industry leaders. So if you've been out in the industry for some time, I encourage you to look into that, learn more about it, share your thoughts, get involved if you think that that's something that you feel like would be helpful to you and your business or the industry as a whole. And so that's sort of the latest news on Rolex. Beyond that, I want to just mention too that we are starting. We've had, back by popular demand, back at the beginning of the COVID crisis, we were doing the Glassworld certification at a discounted rate. We're going to do that again. And the reason we're doing that again, obviously, as many of you know, there's certain parts of the country that are shutting down again. So we want to encourage you guys to take that. Cool thing about the Glassworld certification is it is based on the Rolex standard, but it's on a whole nother level. It's got all that Rolex information in it, plus way more. So I encourage you to get both NWRD certified as well as Glassworld certified, because that will really provide you a solid foundation. Remember, certification is not just about your knowledge. Of course, that's important. But certification is about building credibility with your customers. When you can build credibility with your customers, you can charge more. You can speak intelligently. You can, just by the perception of being certified, and that's not to say that it's empty, because it's certainly not. That you can have more customer confidence, therefore charge more, therefore set yourself apart in your industry. So especially as windshields become really more of a piece of technology, I think certifications become more important. And when you can talk to your customer and explain the technology that they have and be like, sort of break down, oh, did you know that your car has this system and that system and this system and that system? And, oh, by the way, I'm certified based on these standards. They don't have to even know what those standards are, but you come across as credible. Now, it's not to say that they shouldn't know, because of course we want them to. Okay, so I hope that is helpful to you. So Glassworld certification is now going to be reduced to $59.95, from $89.95 to $59.95. Many of you are charging about that for a repair, so we're trying to make it super affordable. The cost of like one repair, maybe even less for many of you that are now charging $80 to $90 for repairs. And we're just going to keep that running. I don't have any specific deadline on it. So it's normally $89.95. Now it's $59.95. It takes 2 to 3 hours to complete. It's all cloud-based. You can do it from your phone, from your iPad, from your laptop. So just hit up glassworld.com and you can check out that to learn more about the certification. That our certification, again, is based on the Rolex standard, but also has a whole ton of additional content and training on advanced techniques, double impacts, double connected repairs, large pits, all of that good stuff that you want to learn is in that program. So it's a great starting point. And whether you're a Glassworld customer or not, take it, because it's the knowledge is going to help you. And whether you become a Glasswell customer or not, it's really going to help benefit you and grow your business. So I hope that's helpful to you. Also, for our friends that speak Spanish, está disponible en español el certificado de Glasswell. So it's available in Spanish as well. We have it in English and in Spanish, so you're welcome to take that. Yeah, so I hope to get back to you next week, and we're going to do probably some more in-depth hands-on training, or maybe something in Spanish this upcoming week. And also, if you haven't yet, or you're already a Glasswell customer, I encourage you to join the Glasswell Pro Club. Again, the Glasswell Pro Club is a place is right on Facebook there, that allows you to connect with people who are using Glasswell tools to build their business. It's meant to be a forum for professional business people to share ideas and grow your businesses, marketing tips and sales tips and technical tips specific to the Glasswell ecosystem. So we hope that is beneficial to you as well. Just answer those questions and we'll let you in there. And we're doing a series in there every 2 weeks now called Training with the Champions, which is going to be great, because we're actually going to be in 2 weeks. Well, I'm sorry, not 2 weeks. So not this Thursday, but the following, I believe it's August 6th. We're going to be interviewing Alfredo Cava with Alfredo's Auto Glass down in California. So we've got a great lineup of people that we're interviewing to talk and share ideas. So I encourage you to sign up to the Glasswell Pro Club. All right, Steve, thanks for joining us, man. Thanks for saying hello. Thanks to all of our Glasswell friends. Hope your families are well. You guys take care of yourselves. Hope you have a fantastic week ahead, and look forward to connecting with you all soon. Have a great day.